Tired of waiting and waiting and waiting just to see how the weather will be tomorrow? First Alert No Wait Weather with Austin Reed has you covered. Get tomorrow's forecast and the 5-day outlook in less than a minute and at a convenient time. Weeknights between 6 and 10 p.m. only on KVHF 4, KVBC 13, KPID 31, and BTV Fresno. First Alert No Wait Weather, brought to you exclusively by the Ventura Broadcasting Company.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. We need your help to capture this fugitive. Francisco Molina Nieve has been on the run since March 2008. The police and the FBI need your help tracking this coward down. He's wanted for brutally beating his girlfriend and for the use of a firearm. He has 3 freckles and a crescent shape under his right eye. Call the Colorado FBI at 303-629-7171 if you know where he's hiding.
Euronews, most watched news channel in Europe.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come into Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. We need your help to capture this fugitive. Julio Cesar Guevara Mejia is wanted by the FBI in Sacramento for the attempted murder of a 19-year-old female in November of 2007. Police say he lured the young woman to a hotel room where he shot her 3 times in the chest. He could be in Palm Springs, California or Houston, Texas. Contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI if you have any information.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. We need your help to capture this fugitive. James Bell is an alleged child predator. Bell's wanted for molesting 3 girls ages 9 through 13 while working at a local YMCA in 2003. He was arrested, then fled. Bell has worked as a gymnastics instructor, coach, and a computer repairman. Bell could be anywhere along the West Coast. If you know where he is, call 617-742-5533.
We need help to find this missing child. Erica Parsons was 13 when she disappeared. She was last seen in Salisbury, North Carolina in November of 2011. This is what we believe she looks like today at age 16. If you have any information, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill, Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
Hi, I'm John Malos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this day. Glad you are here for the ride on a Thursday morning. Today we're going to open up the lines and have a guest on the telephone talking about immigration. We'll tell you who that mystery guest is going to be. It's kind of a surprise. 436-ME-TV, option 11. Let's open this thing up to whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk about immigration and what happened in the debate the other night, we can do that. We can talk also about Bonusgate down at City Hall with $300,000 in bonuses being handed out. Remember the telephone number. It is going to be on your screen in just a moment. Call in, weigh in, back in just a moment.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
Back here on the program today on Connect with Me. I appreciate you being here on MeTV Fresno. It is a Thursday morning, and for the first few minutes or so, we're going to open up the phone lines and talk about whatever you want to talk about. And then around 10:20, 10:25 or so, we've got a phone interview with a special guest. He'll be talking about immigration and some other national politics. He's a world-renowned syndicated columnist. And you will know the name because he's been here before. He just got back from a trip and couldn't be here in the studio. So we'll talk about that and much more. Now, I will say that tomorrow's program, we have Dan Ronquillo. He may be running for that Fresno County Supervisor seat currently held by Henry Perea. Don't know yet. Perea could be running for mayor here in the city of Fresno, so we'll see how all that shakes out. Ronquillo is going to be here to talk about Bonusgate. He'll be here to talk about his possible run on that county board of supervisors bench, of course. And also on Monday, we've got Gabriel Dillard from the Business Journal. Now today, Nancy Osborne was supposed to be in, the former Channel 30 anchor, but she fell ill today, so she could not make it this morning. Nancy, if you're watching, hope you feel better. She came down with a fever, so hopefully we'll get to her down the line somewhere here on Connect with Me, and we'll hook up with Nancy and put her on the air, and then you can call in and weigh in at that time. Anyway, time to check in with what channel you're watching. Comcast, channel 375, Xfinity as usual. And of course, I mention this each and every day that if you don't have Comcast, you can watch us over-the-air broadcast on 43.6 or 13.1 if you buy or purchase a digital antenna over here at Ventura TV or anywhere in the city. So you can catch the replay later in the day, as well at 2 o'clock, 13.6 to YouTube, 8 o'clock tonight, 4.6 Biz TV. While you're watching NFL football on Thursday night, you can watch us as well. The Twitter account has not changed. It's at John Malos, MeTV. You know, we're in for cooler weather now. Of course, winter fast approaching. It's going to bear down on us here pretty soon. Could this be an El Nino year? I don't know. The experts are saying that El Nino is on the way this year and for the next couple of years. We'll see if that shakes out. In the meantime, the wet weather is going to be on the way. For today, though, I don't think there's any rain in store. Checking in now with Austin Reed from the Justice Network.
Okay, John, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Austin Reed checking in from the First Alert No Wait Weather Center. It is Thursday now. This week is cruising on by. Yesterday, of course, was Veterans Day. There was a lot going on out and about, services, memorials, celebrations, the big Veterans Day parade in downtown Fresno. And it was a great day to be out and about. We saw sunny skies, temperatures in the low 60s. Well, today, here's the forecast for this 12th of November. It's going to be pretty much a repeat of yesterday. We could see more sunny skies, though. Your highs will be in the low 60s. Tonight, it's going to be very cool, very clear as well, though. Temperatures, the lows will be in the high 30s. Humidity right around 65%. Coming up tonight in No Wait Weather, I'm going to have your weekend forecast, and there are more chances for rain in the next couple of days. We'll talk about that. Also, real quick, I do want to point out tomorrow morning we could see a lot of fog across the Central Valley, so be aware of that. That's your First Alert No Wait weather update here on Connect with Me. I'm Austin Reed. I'll see you tonight. But for now, John, back to you.
Hey, outstanding job there, Austin. Thank you very much. And you can watch Austin each and every Monday through Friday live at 6 o'clock on the Justice Network, all part of the Ventura Broadcasting family here. And you can catch us here on Me TV Fresno every Monday through Friday live at 10 o'clock, of course, 10 to 11 live. Monday through Friday. So again, we had Nancy Osborne scheduled for today. She came down ill, so we can talk about just about anything that you'd like. We're going to open up the phone lines at 436-ME-TV option 11. We have an open phone line now. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on at City Hall. So you have the mayor and, of course, all of her lieutenants, including the city manager, Georgianne White, who shadows the mayor. She shadowed Alan Autry. You also have Police Chief Jerry Dyer, who pulls in about $17,000 a month. So now, in these documents that the city council get, the city council members, the 7 city council members get all these documents. They're worth thousands of pages. So you heard Sal Quintero the other day. We can't wade through all those thousands of pages. And the question is, was it in any of those documents that these bonuses were going to be handed out, or was it an oversight by the mayor, or did she simply leave it out intentionally, or was it in there and the council missed it? See, these are all questions we don't know, but the surprise is the bonuses were handed out. How about $56,000 to Bruce Rudd, the city manager? How about another $20,000 to Jerry Dyer, who's already pulling in 17 grand a month? How about a bonus to Georgianne White? How about a bonus to the assistant city manager as well? All of these lieutenants here, as far as the mayor and the city council are concerned, the money's being handed out as far as bonuses are concerned, and then the city council not aware of it, caught off guard, caught with their pants down. Now they're angry, and they're talking about the Transparency Act. There is a council meeting today, and Lee Brand is the one who brought up the fact, and Oliver Baines and Clint Olivier, they are all saying, we want to rewrite the Transparency Act. That's exactly right. That's what they're going to do today. They're all going to sign off on it. They're going to vote on it. Apparently, the mayor's going to go in on this, and she has to go along with it. But here's the thing. Lee Brand has now gotten on the bad side of the mayor, Ashley Swearingen. He's running for mayor. He wants her endorsement. And so there's Lee Brand right now, District number 6. He wants to rewrite the Transparency Act today. They will vote on it, and we'll see what happens. We can talk about that. We can also talk about the debate the other night. The Republicans, of course, in on the debate, and the big debate about immigration between Donald Trump and Jeb Bush. Donald Trump says, let's build that wall. Let's kick out 11 million illegals. Jeb Bush says, you can't do that. It's impossible. It's inhumane. Hillary Clinton also weighed in on the action. We're going to talk about all these topics, and also the University of Missouri. How about what happened there the other day with Melissa Click? She has a PhD in communication. She's the professor there. She tried to stifle the First Amendment, kicking out or trying to kick out that freelance photographer Tim Tye from ESPN. Boy, the you-know-what hit the fan, and Melissa Click had to resign from the position, and she apologized. There it is, right there.
No, you need to.
The football team, they said they were going to boycott the games. They were going to forfeit all of their games unless the university president, Tim Wolf, resigned his position. He did so on Monday, and then, as you see here, the campouts, the protest on campus, there is Tim Wolf right there, the president who resigned. He turned a blind eye to racism. That's why they wanted him out. But there is Tim Tye, the freelance photographer from ESPN. They're trying to kick him out. The students were protesting at the University of Missouri on campus. They were trying to stifle freedom of speech. It is the First Amendment. He stood his ground. He did not leave. The professor, Melissa Click, eventually resigned her position, and there is Tim Tye holding his ground against hundreds of students and protesters, including the professor and 2 professors that were in his face. They wanted him off campus. They did not want the media there recording it for history. Tim Tye said, you know what? This is history in the making. We want it documented. I'm here to document it for ESPN with my camera. They wanted him out, but eventually Tye won out, and Melissa Click is out. Good for her. Good riddance. 436-ME-TV, option 11. In about 5 or 10 minutes or so, we're going to take a phone call here on Connect with Me from our mystery guest talking about immigration and much more. Back with your phone calls. We have an open line here on Connect with Me.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. The Justice Network is seen here in Fresno and made possible by the Ventura Broadcasting Company. To see how law enforcement all across Central California are fighting crime, watch Local Choice with Austin Reed, where you'll see interviews and special reports with those who keep us safe every day. Local Choice with Austin Reed, daily on the Justice Network, Fresno, exclusively on KVBC Channel 13.5.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill, Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
Of waiting and waiting and waiting just to see how the weather will be tomorrow? First Alert No Wait Weather with Austin Reed has you covered. Get tomorrow's forecast and the 5-day outlook in less than a minute and at a convenient time. Weeknights between 6 and 10 p.m. only on KVHF 4, KVBC 13, KPID 31, and VTV Fresno. First Alert No Wait Weather, brought to you exclusively by the Ventura Broadcasting Company.
We need help to find this missing child. Patrick Alford was 8 when he went missing. He was last seen in Brooklyn, New York in January of 2010. This is what we believe he looks like today at age 12. If you have any information, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678. Please help bring Patrick Alford home.
Want to create something extraordinary? Create perfection. Our lifestyle appliances make it easy. KitchenAid, Ventura TV appliance, and you, when only the best will do.
Back here on the program, we have an open line, 436-ME-TV, option 11. Anything that you want to talk about is free game on the program today until we get to our mystery guest on the telephone talking about immigration. He is a nationally renowned, obviously syndicated columnist. You will recognize the name. He's been here before. He's been on Fox News. He's all over the map, and he's a Central Valley guy. We got a phone call coming in. We'll take it right now. Good morning. You're on the air on Connect with Me. What's your question? And what's your comment, by the way? Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm calling about your comments regarding Lee Brand saying that he was looking for Ashley Swearingen's endorsement, which is kind of surprising considering her lack of popularity here in the Valley. Are you pretty sure about that?
Yeah, I think I am. I mean, I've talked to several sources that say Lee Brand really does. He's close to the mayor. He sees pretty much the same line that she does as far as politics goes. You know, he was in line with Measure G. He was in line with raising the water rates. He's on the mayor's side. Now he's turned a blind eye to the mayor in regards to the bonus gate situation because he was caught with his pants down. He was caught off guard when all of a sudden he opens up a document and sees, or it was leaked out, that Bruce Rudd had a $56,000 bonus. Jerry Dyer, who's pulling in $17 grand a month. Are you still there, caller? She just hung up. Okay. The fact that Jerry Dyer had a $20,000 bonus. Georgianne White, another $20,000. She is Ashley's right-hand person, and she shadows her. So I'm pretty confident that Lee Brand was looking at least to get the endorsement from the mayor, and it would be a big endorsement at that. She may not be that popular a mayor, but Lee Brand wants her endorsement because now You have a host of people that could be running. You've got Lee Brand that could be running. He is running, in fact. You could have Henry Perea that could be running. He could vacate his seat on the Fresno County Board of Supervisors. Now you've got H. Spees. If you open up the Fresno Bee today, you'll see a very popular guy, widespread popularity, running for mayor. I guess he's confirmed now, according to the Fresno Bee, that he will run. He's the former pastor at Northwest Church, H. Spees, as of about 10 years ago. Also very close to, or he was close to, Jerry Dyer at one time, and Alan Autry. There was Jerry Dyer right there, very close friend of H. Spees. And so if he runs, and then you got to throw in possibly Doug Vagum running for mayor as well. So you have all these mixes in there. I'm not sure how all this is going to shake down, but yeah, an endorsement by the mayor to Lee Brand would certainly be a big, big help to his campaign. Now, let me ask you, caller, I know you hung up, but you can call back and talk or ask another question or have another comment. Could you see the mayor endorsing H. Spees? Could you see the mayor endorsing Henry Perea? Could you see the mayor endorsing Doug Vagum? So when you put all the candidates together, who is she going to endorse? Most likely it would be Lee Brand at this point. 436-ME-TV, option 11. We can talk about that if you call in. We do have an open line. And caller, you can certainly call back. I know you did hang up. Maybe you had to go. But just the people that I've talked to say that she was in line to endorse Lee Brand. We don't know if that's going to happen now based on what's happening with Bonusgate down at City Hall. A council meeting taking place tonight. They're going to rewrite the Transparency Act. There is Bruce Rudd. He got his $56,000 bonus as well. Another call coming in. Good morning, caller. You're on the air on Connect with Me. What's your comment or your question? Well, you had a comment or question. You can call back. Just be patient. We'll put you on the air. In the meantime, at the University of Missouri the other day, you had Melissa Click trying to shut down free speech. The freedom of speech in this country is the First Amendment right by the media. You had Tim Tye there trying to document this for ESPN. He is a freelance photographer. We do have a call coming in. Let's take it. Good morning. You're on the air on Connect with Me. What's your comment, please?
Yeah, as a taxpayer, you know, with everything that's going on, I mean, everybody you're talking about, they're all being paid with tax dollars. Even the thing going on at that college, that college professor, her income, everything there is all tax dollars from their state. I mean, I'm ready just to throw my hands up in the air and say, what's the use of voting? I mean, nothing ever changes. I mean, I work my butt off trying to make a decent living, and then you get people to just make, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, they did what they're supposed to be doing anyway. And, let's give them a bonus for doing what? For just showing up? I mean, I don't get a bonus. I mean, as far as I know, with the company I work for, we no longer get a free turkey at Thanksgiving, a Christmas bonus. You know what I mean? Times are tough everywhere, and I just don't get it. I mean, it's just that have they forgotten where the money comes from? It comes from us, and it's just really disturbing, really just discouraging of why should I even vote? Why should I even try anymore? I mean, it's not going to change the status quo. That's my opinion. That's my statement. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question as we look at a picture of Mayor Ashley Swearingen. Are you still there, caller? He's gone. Okay, everybody calls in and then they take off. I can't question them. Anyway, Mayor Ashley Swearingen, of course, pulling in less than Jerry Dyer. Dyer pulling in about $204,000 a year, 17 grand a month. The mayor making into the 100, so far less, but she said she was kind of out of the bonus. She let Bruce Rudd give out the bonuses. She gave Rudd the bonus, and then Rudd gave all the other bonuses. So what's going on there? I'm not sure. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello?
You're on the air, my friend. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. You know,
go ahead.
You mentioned that the guy, the candidate for mayor, he was trying to get the mayor's endorsement, or at least he kind of wanted it.
Lee Brand.
You know, I don't think the mayor's endorsement holds as much weight as it used to, because as soon as she started running for statewide office, I heard people who were supporters of hers, who voted for her, they were sort of started souring on her because they thought that she had like 1 foot out the door. She was looking for statewide office and not really, looking to still be mayor. She was, whatever she could get, she was gone. So I'm not so sure that her endorsement is as big as it was probably in her first couple years.
Hey, caller, are you there? Can you hear me? Caller, can you hear me? Caller, are you there? Caller? Oh, there he's gone. Is he gone? Okay. I just wanted to get a line of questioning in on some of these callers. I want to, if you have an opinion about the mayor, why don't you think that the mayor's endorsement of Lee Brand means anything? I mean, she is the sitting mayor of Fresno. A lot of people think that she's done a fairly good job. A lot of people agree with her line of thinking and her line of politics. So an endorsement by the mayor in favor of any one of these candidates, why wouldn't that be an edge during an election year? I think it would be, but I want to get your comment. 436-ME-TV, option 11. When you look at all the candidates, like I mentioned, if you've got Lee Brand, if you've got Henry Perea, if you've got H. Spies, and then if you've got Doug Vagum, can you see the mayor endorsing Doug Vagum? Doug Vagum took the city and the mayor to court like 4 or 5 times and won. She's not going to endorse him. She's not going to endorse Perea. Perea doesn't think along the same lines politically as the mayor does. I don't know if she'd endorse H. Spies, but the most likely candidate would be Lee Brand. Caller, are you there? Go ahead. Your comment?
I'm here. Got disconnected earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, stay on the line there. Okay, just stay on. Let me ask you something. Why don't you think the mayor's endorsement of Lee Brand would help?
Because she no longer has any real credibility, and look at the condition of the city of Fresno. Not to mention, another caller mentioned something I was going to mention, and that was she's already kind of played her hand. We know that she doesn't really want to be the Fresno mayor. She wants to be something else. She's a career politician, of course. And look at some of the things that have happened here in Fresno. Another thing I want to mention really quick, if I can, is that I saw the Fresno Bee front page today also, and I see that Jerry Dyer is considering running for mayor. Is he kidding?
Yeah.
He needs to, first of all, give back that big bonus that he got. They all need to give that money back. I'm just so disgusted that they got that money.
Yeah.
But
can you hear me?
For him to run for mayor, that's lunacy.
Caller, are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, if you can mute your TV and just stay on the phone with me, because I want to ask you a line of questions here. Okay, you're still there, right?
Yes, the audio is not very good. I can barely hear you.
Okay, well, here's the question. If you've got Lee Brand running for mayor, then you've got Henry Perea running for mayor, then you've got Doug Vagum running for mayor, then you've got H. Spies running for mayor, which one do you think she's going to endorse?
I don't think it really matters. I mean, as far as who is she going to endorse, she's not the benchmark. She's not somebody that, if you're involved in politics, maybe her opinion is worth something, but running for that position, especially running after her, I don't see that it's valuable at all. Yeah. And, there's a lot of people that don't like the so-called establishment. They will specifically not vote for anybody that she endorses. So I see it as...
Why don't you think the mayor has done a good job?
Why don't I think she's done a good job? She's done a lot of things behind the scenes. We know that she's not really interested in being the mayor. There was that whole garbage fiasco where she was trying to give away taxpayer-paid assets that belong to the city to third parties, to outside companies, and that was all based on campaign donations that those other providers gave to her and the other city councilmen, quite a few of them. The thing with the raises, there's just a lot of things. I mean, not to mention, look at all the crime in the city of Fresno. That's why I think it's hilarious that Jerry Dyer is even, what kind of ego do you have to do such a lousy job as chief of police with all that controversy, thinking that people would even consider you to run for mayor?
Yeah. Well, you have some very strong opinions there as we see the city of Fresno, very vibrant city. They are going to tear out the Fulton Mall and make it a street that you can drive along and,
Yeah, well, what's that all about? Is she behind that? There's a lot of good things going on in the city of Fresno, a lot of great things. She's not affiliated with those great things. It's not her doing. So she may like to take credit for those things, but it's certainly not things that she thought up herself,
right?
Or that she,
Okay. Well.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Very honest caller, very pointed in her viewpoint in terms of politics and the mayor. So now, just to reiterate, you've got Lee Brand running for mayor, maybe Henry Prey. I think he's still on the fence right now. He's on the Fresno County Board of Supervisors. Then you've got possibly, and he hasn't admitted it yet, Doug Vagum. Throw him in the mix. And then when you throw in H. Spees, okay, then you've got all those other candidates. And then possibly, I don't think he's going to run. He said this before, possibly Jerry Dyer. I'm going to take one more call, then we're going to go to break, come back with our special guest. We're going to call him, all right? Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. Talking politics here on Connect with Me.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Good. I'm doing good, man. I'm glad you're doing this show. I know that people have a lot of different ideas on what these politicians should be, and maybe their experiences they've had with them and their encounters weren't so favorable. But what I really would like to see you do, because I believe that you're a good interviewer, is can we do a show on the racketeering ties of all these politicians, like a grid, how they're tied into each other with all these different projects? Because I know from experience myself, whenever they were trying to eminent domain properties on the west side, I met some of these people. Yeah. They were not very good people, and this is really nothing to laugh about, because as far as Ashley Swearingen goes, the name for her around town is Trashy Ass Ashley, which that's not very nice. She cost this city a lot of money. And there's a lot of tie-ins. Maybe the feds are investigating them all. I mean, it's really corrupt here. We got a really bad rep.
Well, we don't have.
But I would really like to see you push that for the ties to organized crime and racketeering. I'm curious how much there really is.
That would take months.
You guys got Ashley's picture up there. I just got to laugh. But,
yeah, I know.
But anyways, I appreciate your show. I listen to it all the time because it truly is interesting. As far as Dennis Hart goes, dude's real ugly. I think he lies a lot. But anyways, John, thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you very much for your call and for your time. We did put Ashley's picture up there. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about corruption. I mean, that would take months of investigation. We don't know if the feds are investigating the city. We know that the feds investigated Foster, of course, Keith Foster. He was the assistant police chief to Jerry Dyer, and he was a deputy police chief, actually. And so he resigned his position, and it was all to do, all had to do with drugs. Apparently, they weren't I don't know if they investigated Jerry Dyer. I don't know if they investigated the entire police department. I don't know if they investigated all of City Hall. There was an investigation going on, of course, with Keith Foster, and there he is. His trial should be coming up soon. I don't know if he's going to cop a plea deal and start talking, start squealing. We don't know what's going to happen. There it is, his rise to the top, Keith Foster in the Fresno Police Department. Anyway, we got to take a break here on Connect with Me. 436-ME-TV option 11. We've got a mystery caller calling in today. He's a national world-renowned syndicated columnist. He's over at Stanford University. He lives here in the Central Valley. Just came back from vacation. We'll get him on the phone in just a moment. Back here on Connect with Me after this from Charles Chuck McGill in just a moment.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
Not sure what you're watching? Want to see what's coming up next? Or just want to browse what's on without the hassle of flipping channels? Your wish has come true. Now you can view schedules for all the digital TV channels available in the Central Valley. Get local weather updates and forecasts, and listen to nationally syndicated Biz Talk Radio, all on KVHF 4.1. Rescan your TV now, then tune in to Digital Channel 4.1 to start enjoying the all-new TV Guide.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. The Justice Network is seen here in Fresno and made possible by the Ventura Broadcasting Company. To see how law enforcement all across Central California are fighting crime, watch Local Choice with Austin Reed, where you'll see interviews and special reports with those who keep us safe every day. Local Choice with Austin Reed, daily on the Justice Network, Fresno, exclusively on KVBC Channel 13.5.
Welcome back here to the program. Connect with me on MeTV Fresno. That would be Comcast Channel 375, live each and every Monday through Friday, of course, 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning. We've been talking for about the last half hour about Bonusgate down at City Hall with all these bonuses being handed out. And who's going to be running for mayor of Fresno next year? Who's going to get the endorsement? Does the endorsement mean anything? And I really, really appreciate all the phone calls that came in during the last half hour and offering up your opinion about what's going on here in the city of Fresno. Everybody has an opinion. It doesn't seem like the callers, at least our viewers, have much respect for the sitting mayor, and they don't think that the endorsement, her endorsement of any candidate will mean much. Anyway, I'm going to switch topics here and talk about the presidential debate that took place the other day in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Much of that debate focused on issues, which was a good thing, and immigration. And of course, Donald Trump got into it with Jeb Bush. Donald Trump, as you know, there he is right there, the Apprentice star, wants to build a wall. He wants to eventually throw out 11 million illegals. Jeb Bush came along and said, no, that's inhumane. You can't possibly do that. You can't even process all these people through the judicial system in a timely fashion to get them out of the country. We have due process in this country. Well, joining us live on the telephone right now is a world-renowned columnist. He's written several books. He is a local guy. He is also the senior fellow at Stanford University Hoover Institution, and I'm glad he's on the telephone with us here. A return guest, Victor Davis Hanson. Good morning, Victor. Thank you for being here. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I appreciate it. I know it was kind of short notice. Victor Davis Hanson on the phone with us. Victor, what did you make of the debate and the argument between Donald Trump and, of course, Jeb Bush?
Well, I was pretty disappointed in it, to tell you the truth. I mean, for the left, they can't use the D word, deport, and for the right, they can't use the A word, amnesty. And nobody's talking about deporting en masse 11 million people. What they're talking about is whether or not to have a hierarchy of steps. In other words, of the 11 million, we don't even know if that's it. It's probably much higher. That figure has been used for a decade. It's probably, I think everybody agrees that if somebody's committed a series of misdemeanors or serious felonies, that they should be deported. And then I think most people believe that they have no work record wherever they came from, and they just went to the United States to get on public assistance. And that's several 100,000. They should be deported. And I think everybody believes if they just came here on the scent of amnesty, they would be deported. I think everybody agrees with that, even though the Democrats won't say that. And the Republicans then have a question, what do you do with the rest of them? That would probably be somewhere between 8 and 9 million of the 11 million. And you build a wall and you find employers, but you don't have to go out and look for people. You just say, if you're here and you've committed a crime, or you're on public assistance, or you're just arrived and you haven't been here a year, then when you bump up to the criminal justice system, you go to the DN, or you get a traffic accident, and everybody does that, you will be deported. The rest of the people will, if they want to, have a pathway to green card holding, not citizenship, just legal residence. And then after that, you and I can't determine what a person chooses to do with a green card. That's a process that they choose or choose not to undergo. If they want to learn English and they want to pay a small fine for being here illegally, then that's their business. But you could extend temporary legality in the guise of a green card if they were crime-free and if they had a work record and if they had somewhat long residence. And yet you didn't get that out of the debate. It was either all or nothing, and that's not what anybody's talking about.
Well, it sounds to me like you're saying basically, Victor, that Jeb Bush's argument the day of the debate and even the day after when he talked about this issue is that there is due process in this country, and you just can't pick up 11 million illegals, not to mention how do you find them, and even if you did find them, there's due process. You can't just throw them out. So it sounds to me like you're saying maybe Jeb Bush...
Well, I think they have this flawed assumption that you're going to get a Donald Trump-like force and go out and look, and they keep using the word fascist, and it was just comical, the level of debate. What you're talking about is if there are people here who broke federal immigration law, and if they're the type of people you do not want to extend a green card to because they've committed a crime, and we have thousands of people who've done that, or they've never worked, and we have thousands who've never worked, and they just got here, and we have thousands who just got here. All of those groups together are a minority of the 11 million, but it might be a million, we don't know. But if a person fit that category, every day, thousands of people come in contact with the government. You do, I do. You have to mail in property statements. You get pulled over for a traffic ticket. You go into the DMV. You need to get married. You need to get divorced. Any of those processes could pick up somebody who wasn't legal. You just have to prove legality. If you can't do it, then you would be turned over to ICE, and they would see, has he committed a crime? Has he just got here? Is he on public support with no work record? Then he would be deported. And if he wasn't, then they would say, you're going to have so-and-so many days to get a green card. And if you don't get a green card, then you're going to be deported the next time you run into... And that's not a hard thing to do.
Right. But it's more complex than the way Donald Trump is explaining it. Donald Trump is just trying to simplify it and try to...
Donald Trump understands that if he just doesn't make any categories and just makes a blanket statement, we're going to deport everybody. Everybody gets angry at him, and everybody who is tired of illegal immigration resonates with him, and then he goes up in the polls. But he's not going to do that. He knows he's not going to get a police force to go around Selma and Sanger and Reedley and stop people and say, show me your papers.
Right.
Not that you can't do that. It's also false to say you can't do that. That was pretty much what we did from 1964 to 1986. I grew up with that system that people would be walking down Highland Avenue outside of rural Selma. Now, the migration van would pull over and they'd say, do you have proof of residency? And they took off running. That's what I grew up with. You can do that if you want, but it's not the easiest or the most economical way to spot people who have broken federal immigration law. And by the way, if we have people who've lived here 3, 4, 5, 20 years, they've never broken a law, they've always had a productive record, they should be extended a green card application. And if they want to, they can apply for it. They don't have to. They can go back to their country of origin. But if they do want a green card, we could have them pay a fine. And then if they wanted to go the next step, that's their business to apply for citizenship. But after the amnesty of 86, remember, the vast majority of people who were given green cards did not apply for citizenship.
Victor, let me ask you, because you are a student of history. No one knows history better than you do. I wish I had you for a history teacher, to be honest with you. Give us a history lesson on what Dwight D. Eisenhower did with immigrants, as well as Harry Truman. Because this was mentioned by Trump, this was mentioned by Rush Limbaugh on the air the other day. Give us the facts on what happened.
Well, they had something called Operation Wetback, and that was during the war, and I think that Trump and others mischaracterized it, was largely for agricultural laborers. They had a program of 1 million guest workers from Mexico would come under the Becerra program from I think it was 43 all the way to 64. And the idea was that you applied for the program, you came, you were in a federal, basically a detention facility where you lived, and you were bussed out to a farm, you worked, they paid you, say, $1 an hour, you got 50% of their wages, the other 50% were sent back to Mexico. And then after the harvest season, to get that 50 cents, there was a impetus to go back to Mexico. By the way, the Mexican government stole the vast majority of that money from the Pacero. But nonetheless, there were other people who were not participating in that Pacero program. In other words, they were coming illegally. And by the way, the people in the Pacero program, when the harvest were over, the vast majority, even when they were going to lose money, did not want to go back to Mexico. So you had all of these popular culture, Harvest of Shame documentaries, and Woody Guthrie's Deportee. It was a whole industry of sticking up for Paceros. But to make the Pacero program unique and the only a monopoly on imported labor, then people who were not in that program were deported. And it was, to be frank, it was very successful. And I think pretty much that set the standard that because it worked. And by the way, John, the United Farm Workers under Cesar Chavez all through the 60s was the big proponent of closed borders. They actually went down there on the border to turn away illegal aliens from Mexico because they felt that that was a competition to unionize labor. And the irony is that the Teamsters and other people were sort of for illegal immigration because they felt that that would swamp the union monopoly and farm workers. And so that's where we are.
Well, quickly, we got to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come
Yeah,
back.
I'm going to have to go too, but...
Oh, you're also going to have to go, but I need to ask you, can I keep you on the phone here just for another minute or so? Can I ask you, what is going on with Ben Carson? What's your take on it? All these things came out of his, from his childhood. He tried to hit his...
Yeah, I think the problem with Ben Carson is he's just like any of us, and we all have things in our past that sometimes people exaggerate or they don't remember, but we don't run for office. So then he went into the campaign without vetting himself and preparing answers. And then the media, once he became a serious candidate, glommed onto him in a way that they do with all conservatives. And he's angry now because they haven't done the same thing with Hillary. Or we know that, for example, Barack Obama's memoir was a fable. He created all sorts of inventions and personalities that never existed. And so Carson's basically saying, you don't treat me the way you do Democratic candidates, and that's either because you're implied racist or you don't like conservatives or I'm the front runner, whatever the particular context is. But he should have known that's going to happen, is all I'm saying, and he should have been prepped and better able to defend himself. And I think it'll pass because they're not really substantial charges against him that he's lying or anything, and I think it'll blow over. It depends really now how well he does in the base and how well he does in the first two primaries, and it'll be ancient history.
And quickly, what do you think about the race between him and obviously Donald Trump?
Well, they're both outsiders, so obviously people who are mad about immigration, it's an issue that people should not underestimate. It's destroyed Angela Merkel in Germany, and it created ex nihilo, Donald Trump. But one is bombastic and one is soft-spoken, so they each appeal to different elements of that outsider bloc. But we'll see. Everybody who says that they're going to fade, they're going to be like Herman Cain or Michelle Bachmann. That hasn't proven true. Yeah. But I think when the actual, there's one thing about polling for somebody, and there's one thing about going out and voting for him consistently in primary after primary, and that's what we have to wait for. What happens when New Hampshire, Iowa, South Carolina, let's look at that. But I know a lot of people who like what Trump is doing, and they like the angst that he causes the blue-stocking Republicans, and they like the idea that the liberal left can't deal with him, but they don't know where they want to go the next step and make him president.
Yeah. Victor Davis Hanson, I appreciate your time on such short notice coming on the air with us and offering up some opinions. It's good talking to you.
Thank you.
And I'd like to get you live in the studio here sometime, so I'll give you a call. Maybe we'll get you in next year sometime, like early part of January maybe.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir. That's Victor
too,
Davis Hanson, our friend here at Connect with Me. He is a world-renowned syndicated columnist. He's written several books. He's a renowned historian as well, and he is the senior fellow at Stanford University at the Hoover Institution, a very bright man, written several books, knows politics inside out, knows history inside out, and he's a local guy. He still has his farm out here in Selma. So, thank you to Victor Davis Hanson, and thank you for the phone calls. Still got a ways to go here on the program. You can call in, and the telephone number is going to be on your screen at 436-ME-TV, option 11. There it is. You can call in, you can weigh in on any of these topics, whether it's bonus gate at City Hall. There was a City Council meeting tonight regarding those bonuses and the Transparency Act, which is in effect here in the city of Fresno, which went into effect, in 2007 or 2009, whatever the case may be. And then we can talk about the debates. Immigration, top of mind. Ben Carson, top of mind. Obviously, Donald Trump. And you heard Victor Davis Hanson say bombastic. That's the description of Donald Trump. So call in and weigh in. Back with your comments in just a moment.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
We need help to find this missing child. Erica Parsons was 13 when she disappeared. She was last seen in Salisbury, North Carolina in November of 2011. This is what we believe she looks like today at age 16. If you have any information, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678.
Tired of waiting and waiting and waiting just to see how the weather will be tomorrow? First Alert No Wait Weather with Austin Reed has you covered. Get tomorrow's forecast and the 5-day outlook in less than a minute and at a convenient time. Weeknights between 6 and 10 p.m. only on KVHF 4, KVDC 13, KPID 31, and VTV Fresno. First Alert No Wait Weather, brought to you exclusively by the Ventura Broadcasting Company.
Have you or a loved one recently been arrested for a serious crime?
Is your professional reputation at risk?
Aggressive representation from a qualified defense attorney can help you avoid conviction and keep your reputation untarnished.
Hi, I'm Charles McGill, and I'll fight for your rights. With extensive experience in successfully defending against a wide range of criminal offenses and high-profile cases, you can rest assured that you'll get the fair trial you deserve from McGill Guzman McGill. Call us at 559-255-3425 or visit us online at toplawyersfresno.com.
Just to reiterate here, Nancy Osborne was supposed to be sitting in this seat today. She fell ill, though, this morning, and so our best to Nancy to try to, get back on her feet, speedy recovery. She had a fever today, so we'll get her to come on the program later on sometime in the future. And our thanks again to, of course, Victor Davis Hanson, and he is just an outstanding guest. Any topic you throw at him, he knows it in depth. He's a book of knowledge. He's a history professor, has been. I'd love to take a history course from this guy. He's amazing. Anyway, getting back to the City Council, they are going to be in session tonight. Lee Brand is running for mayor, as is H. Spees, possibly Henry Perea, possibly Doug Begum. Slight outside chance Jerry Dyer. I kind of doubt it, but another call coming in. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me, caller. What's your question and what's your comment?
Yeah, my question is, when are we going to get John Malos, the person on the other side of the seat, and have somebody asking you questions and have let us call in and talk to you? Because I know you can't do that as a commentator or as a reporter. But you know what? You're pretty smart, man.
Caller, why don't you ask me a question? Ask me a question right now. Go ahead.
Okay, who would you, as far as everything going on, who would you endorse for president? Who would you endorse for mayor of Fresno? And And why don't we see John Malos running for mayor or political office? I mean, I've followed you since you were at KPH, and you're pretty legit, dude. I like the way you talk. I like the way you conduct yourself, and that's just my answer to my question. Okay.
Okay. You can take your answer off the air. Listen, I'm not as smart as I appear to be, my friends. I just talk a good game. You think that's pretty funny, do you? No, I mean, really. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to get up here and talk, but to know the issues and study the issues and be a historian like Victor Davis Hanson takes a lot of work. I am not a historian. I do read a lot, especially current event type stuff, current event books, but I'm not a politician. I don't think I'd have the stomach to run for office, whether it be the mayor's office, city council. I just don't like the way the game is played. And if I don't like the way the game is played, I'm not going to get involved. As far as who I would endorse, I'm looking at the candidates: Liebrand, H. Spies, Perea, Vagum, Dyer. I don't know. I would lean toward Doug Vagum because I don't know. I just get it's a gut feeling that I got for Vagum that he's an honest guy and he would try to do the right thing. Not that the others wouldn't. It's just that the others have been in politics for so long. Brand, Spies is an outsider. He's never really run for office. He's a preacher. He's a priest. He's a pastor. Henry Perea has been a lifetime politician. Jerry Dyer, almost like a lifetime politician. That job he holds is very political. So I would look at a guy, a former supervisor, Doug Vagum, who took on the city. He knows politics inside out. I kind of lean toward Vagum, but then I don't know. I'd have to study the issues, study what the candidates are saying, listen carefully, and don't take anything for granted. And also go by the gut feeling as to who you think is the most honest and who is telling the truth. As far as me running for office, I don't think so. And again, I'm not as smart as I appear to be, as Dennis Hart has often told me, and I've told him. Dennis, you sound smart, but you know, you're kind of like me. You're not that smart. You only sound smart. Anyway, that's my comment today. No time for another phone call. Sorry, we're out of time today. Dan Ronquillo is going to be here tomorrow. He could be running for Henry Perea's seat on the Fresno County Board of Supervisors. We'll hear from him. He's a former city councilman, so he is, too, a politician. And if you want to call in and question me at any time, no problem, my friends. I have no problem and no axe to grind with anybody. Back here tomorrow on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno. Hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Thank you very much for the calls and the kind comments.